Welcome everybody to DM on Camera, a fortnightly session hosted by Adventurous League of Malaysia, where we introduce a DM for you and give an insider look into their games. This week, DM Joel has graciously offered an inside look into his game, DDAL 0905 Faces of Fortune. His players are Dolly as Mithak Ratka, the Tiefling Bard level 3 and Sorcerer level 1. Matt Forever as Matt Forever, the Dragonborn Cleric level 5. Railkey as Richard Bones, High Elf Wizard level 6. And Zed as Zack, Tabaxi Monk level 5. Before we begin the game, we will launch into weekly announcements. First of all, announcing that this is going to be a new series. We're going to try to feature a DM once every 2 weeks and keep the uploading schedule consistent, though bear with us if we cannot. On a better note, Adventurous League of Malaysia will be doing our fortnightly digital RPG GM Kopitiam session where we discuss RPG things. Feel free to join in via our Discord link below to get updates on that. And also, if you like Joel's game and would like to join in from Malaysia, please feel free to do so, as well as check out all of our other DMs. Please note that this video was made with no intention of copyright. All credit goes to Wizards of the Coast for D&D as well as Adventurous League. Music was also taken with no intention to copyright, and if we have accidentally done so, do inform us and we will credit you. Thank you. With that being said, let's jump into tonight's episode of DM on Camera. Joel, the floor is yours.
Alright. So welcome back everyone. Last session, what happened was the party has, you met Fai Chen. Fai Chen was bringing you and Dara through the plains of Avernus, helping her seek out the lost souls of the Hell Riders who accompanied Zariel into Avernus a long time ago. And you were ambushed and chased by some war machines. What they want, we don't know. You don't know, at least. And you've arrived at this sort of emporium. Alright? And that was where we left off last. And so, as you arrive, Fai Chen sort of steps out. And I'll describe the Emporium for you before we continue. So the Wandering Emporium is a tight sprawl of tents and stalls, and they are surrounded by the horseshoe-shaped curve of the massive infernal war machines that transport the marketplace across the plains of Avernus. So it's like a huge bazaar in the middle of like the desert, the Avernus plains right now. And there are all sorts of creatures that you see in the distance. And a man, a finely clothed, dusky-skinned man, he strides up to Fai Chen, and he stands defiantly in front of him for a long moment, and there's a scowl on his face. And after a while, he grins broadly, slaps the Fai Chen on the shoulder, finally glancing at the rest of you. He glances noticeably longer at Dara, and he says, "You bag of bones!" He shouts with glee. "It's been ages! Come! We have much to discuss," as he welcomes you into the Emporium. He was talking to Fai Chen. Fai Chen sort of just nervously smiles back, and he shouts, "Mahadi! It's been a while, yes." And Mahadi will lead you into his spacious pavilion, which is furnished with decadent food and comfortable furnishings. He sits in a tall, comfortable chair. He gestures at the number of cushioned couches in front of you, asking you to take a seat.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Let's get on in and take a seat.
Sure thing.
Let's go.
So, Mahadi goes on to explain this little devil here, Fai Chen. He used to be one of my best merchants. And cleverly enough, he procured his way to freedom. As he the smile sort of wipes away from his face. And, but I'm still glad. I'm glad that you are back. You see, I have a problem recently. I suspect someone in the Emporium has been feeding information to a local war machine gang. They call themselves the Rusty Razors. I'm pretty sure they were the ones that chased you lot into my place. I'm not sure who has been our mole in this entire emporium here, but it's starting to cost me. The regulars aren't really coming back for more. I need you to help me sort this out. And if you do, I'll let Fai Chen take his old space in the emporium for the next month, and you lot can stay with him. I offer you all shelter. And he looks at Richard and he says, yes, it's probably those fellows that attacked the rest of you on the way here.
So,
Well,
any
then
leads?
let's find out about them. Yeah. Any other information you can give us?
What about you, Tabaxi? You were about to say something just now.
Oh, I was saying, is there any leads?
Right. He looks back at Mithak. And he says, well, yes, I know that the Rusty Razors have been following us for some time now. The regulars have been intimidated by them. I am pretty sure that this traitor of ours must be someone from within the caravan.
Do you have any suspicions on who that might be? If you have a list of suspects?
Feel free to have a walk around the Emporium and have a look at our finest wares. Speak to our fellow merchants here. Everyone's a suspect.
These gangsters, right? They are only targeting the newcomers, the customers you speak of, right?
Oh, they have not been targeting anyone in particular. They've just been causing bad business for me. People don't want to come to the Emporium because these gangs have been nearby. So I suggest we get rid of them.
I thought about like setting up a fake bait, like fake information leaking out in your place, and then see if one catches, lures the gang out.
Well, that is a very interesting plan you got there, my fellow Dragonborn. But I suggest you begin by looking around and asking the local merchants here. Pretty sure they would have some things to say. And yes, unfortunately I am a busy man, as I have some documents to finish, and please, you are excused. Pai Chen, if you would please show them to your old place. So Fai Chen would look at the rest of you and say, come, follow me.
Okay.
So, go back to the theatre of the mind. Fai Chen would lead you back to his wagon at the entrance. And he speaks of the whole deal that Mahadi was saying, and he says, well, if there's no safer place in Avernus, I would say Mahadi's Emporium would be a fairly good place to set up shelter. And as you get back, you notice that his cart has been joined with an identical cart with its own copy of Gary. So there are like two Garys right now. Gary is Fai Chen's donkey. And suddenly from behind that wagon, another Fai Chen walks out, carrying a bulging sack of food supplies. And then he puts it down in front of the current Fai Chen in front of you. He smiles, and then he just like heads on over to the back. And Fai Chen sort of looks at the group and sees how you all react to this.
Can I just drag Pai Chen aside and then I say that that's your doppelganger. One of you must die when you...
So, oh, Matt, come on now. Don't need to get so hasty.
But you guys look alike. Twins or something?
Indeed. Not twins, but it's me. So, let me explain. I was one of Mahadi's merchants, indentured merchants, long ago. After realizing that I would never make enough to free myself from the contract that I've set up with Mahadi, I've turned and learned the secret monastic techniques and allowed myself to make copies of myself. And I worked all over the Emporium and also elsewhere until I paid off my debt.
How many copies can you make?
Oh, there are a lot of me. They are all over the place. But rest assured, they are all me. Well met, as he bows.
Wait, what if you
This
fall in love with the same girl?
Yeah, you are Fai Chen Senior, that's Fai Chen Junior, and it's probably Fai Chen Junior. How do we know which is the real you?
All of them are the real me.
Can I whisper in Pai Chen saying that skill? I think
What's that?
I asked him, is it possible for you to skill? It looks very cool.
To duplicate himself, is it?
Yeah. Just as a joke lah, because I don't think I can get that skill. But still, if I see something like this, people say they can do something like this, right? I should ask them, can you teach me?
Pai Chen will, he'll tap you on the back and he'll say, another time. And so Fai Chen says,
Okay.
well, this is where I'll set up our spot here. Why don't you go on and have a look at the other goods around.
Can we, before we move on talking with people, we go and look at the war machine that we hijacked? Because it was supposed to be the gangs, maybe find some symbol or something that gives us some idea about the gang lah. Possible.
You wouldn't need to search it. You've been inside that war machine, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, there isn't anything special that you find in there that would help you out in finding who the traitor is, because it's just their gang's war machine.
Okay.
It's
okay.
not like
Okay, I guess we can do two things. We go look around and see if there's anything we can buy, or at the same time, we start asking around. There's so many merchants. Fai Chen, how many merchants are there here in the Emporium?
ooh, there are about right now about 8 different merchants that you could explore.
Excluding your clones,
Okay,
right?
Oh, excluding my clones, yes.
alright. I thought that we're going to be more than that. It is okay.
Where would you like to
How do
go
you,
first then? I guess
what are their names? What are their names?
all right. I'll give you like a list of all the merchants there. So you have Old Joe, the chicken farmer. There is a restaurant, like a food stall kind of restaurant. Smells really good. There is a bunch of statues in one corner. There is the business center that has like a bunch of imps going on around with scrolls and whatnot. There is the mechanic over at the back. You see smoke and steam come out from the huge machines. There's also a tent with a very pleasant smell, selling oils, perfumes, and yeah, that sort of stuff. There is also a strange tent that has colored smoke and fumes coming out from the center of the hole of the tent. And the sound of bubbling liquid can be heard from within. And finally, there is a section that has a bunch of cages along the sides, and you can hear bizarre and weird howling, screaming, and other unsettling sounds over there. Oh, and there's one more. 9 merchants. And the last one is a tent that has beautiful carpets and tapestries woven in a variety of cloths and dazzling colors. Which would you like to go to first?
Personally, I would like to check the screaming one lah. Maybe it's a slave trader.
Yeah, let's go. Good idea.
See what Nitak says lah. See what the other say.
I was thinking maybe we could find a place to eat and rest and ask questions at the same time.
That would be
And
the
also,
restaurant, right?
like restaurant should be a nice place for room. Well, true.
Yeah.
Okay, we go
Let's
to
go.
the restaurant first.
Okay.
Makan. Eat.
Okay, let me quickly have this. So I have a map prepared. Okay, like a very simple map. Basically, it's something that I put together just for you to see, like, okay, how like a tent would look like. Okay, so it's fairly simple. I'm going to use the same map for all the tents, and I'll just describe inside how it looks. But essentially, it's just a small little corner, and they have like some stuff inside. All right. Okay. So you head on over to the restaurant. And the sense coming from within this restaurant is enough to intrigue any passerby. And anyone wishing to enter, however, must first sign an infernal contract agreeing to pay for the food and services before leaving. Any one of you would like to go in?
How much would that be?
So a full meal will cost you 1 soul coin.
Wow. We only have 1 soul coin.
And that's yeah,
What?
and that's all we
That's a
have.
goal?
And you see a little demon-like creature sort of steps up and it's like, would you need a contract?
We are discussing. Can you hold on?
Very well.
Is there any other forms of currency we accept? Or is soul coin the only currency you will accept?
Soul coins are our main form of trade here. As he sort of rubs his fingers together and like smiling behind like
Can I tell him
Unfortunately,
something?
we don't have a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be like, what is a soul coin? We are not from around here.
Nice one, nice one.
what do you hope to get from that?
A free soul coin. Sample.
Yeah.
We are new visitors here.
I've never
Well,
seen a
if-
soul coin in my life, you know. Yeah.
Started
Ever
back.
seen a soul coin in your life? Richard, roll me deception.
Dang it.
You were started back.
Deception.
Oh.
Hmm.
Where are you keeping your soul coins, Richard? They're definitely on your person, right?
Between my butt cheeks.
he'll look at Dick Bones and he'll say like, "You don't fool me. I know you have some soul coins somewhere." As he sort of looks curiously at you, raising an
I
eyebrow,
my
and
butt
as he
tighter.
raises his eyebrows.
Minta will pretend like you have a soul coin. I don't know. You have a soul coin. Show us.
Yeah, Richard, why don't you show us?
Yes, I would like to see that too, Richard.
And you will see the soul coin floating out my butt with mage hand.
Is it supposed to be brown?
Oh god.
And
man.
what's this?
Oh,
Oh, and I pull it out of
Aw.
the air, like,
oh wow. But this is a soul coin. I would have thought it's an ass coin.
Can I ask you, bro, out of character, I want to ask something lah, but let me know what do you guys think. It's just that I'm thinking, is it possible for us to like convince this guy, like asking him like, how is your business doing recently? He says something like it's not doing well or what. We say to him, actually we are here to help you. So basically explaining the situation lor, but I'm not sure if he is the one who's leaking the information or not. So I think it's risky or what is you guys first. So what do you guys?
Yeah, just go ahead with it, man. Just talk to him. Say, I heard business
Yeah.
is bad and stuff. Just go do it.
But yeah,
It's like indirectly, I want him to owe us a favor, lah. Basically, maybe if we can help him or what, give us.
Try lah, bro. You persuade him.
My persuasion sucks. -1.
okay, kita will try. Alright, from one infernal being to another infernal being. You see, we came here as visitors and we heard some news that this place here serves delicious food, but your business haven't been going quite well. Is that true? If it's true, we could help.
Can you roll me persuasion? All right. So he sort of looks at you and sort of raises an eyebrow again, and he
Even
says,
Being an infernal being, no advantage to help. No aid.
I will...
I don't think they like each other.
Are infernal beings. Is that an infernal being?
He
doing it for the
is.
From
He
Everness
is,
lah.
he is some sort of fiend, yeah. Definitely from Everness. Sure, I will give you advantage for that then. So we'll take the 20, okay? But even with the 20, he sort of raises an eyebrow to you. And he sort of says, sure, business has been bad, but what is it that you want again?
So we're tired actually, and we're hoping to find the delicious food that we heard so much here. But we're thinking if we help you solve whatever problem you have, we can have one free meal. And in addition, we can spread and advertise your tavern. What about it?
Mahadi has not told me of these things. I will speak with him and I will see if something can be arranged. But I suggest you don't get your hopes up. Mahadi is a fine businessman, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And very well, carry on then.
Businessman to another.
Your food will have to wait. And he will leave.
Wait, what? So we can't rest?
I guess we have to go to another tent. Alright,
You know what?
let's check out the
Cage
other tent.
time. Let's check out the cage.
The
screen.
Can I like notice like if there were like bags of soul coins with that person?
Bags of soul coin with that person.
Like a pouch or something, a purse.
Mage hand him.
No, don't have. Okay, but I guess let's retcon a little bit, and let's say that Fai Chen tells you this before, as you like walk towards Mahadi's office just now, okay? So Fai Chen's gonna warn you that Mahadi has very strict rules in the Emporium, and he says like there is like a sign written on the outside: all are welcome, no fighting, no spell casting, no exceptions. And so that's what is written there. And Fai Chen warns you to not cross Mahadi.
Okay.
Uh,
He did not
Okay.
say no pickpocketing,
What's the
right?
name of this restaurant again?
It is called the Infernal Rapture.
What a name. And the owner's name?
Sorry.
The Fiend owner's name?
Oh, that wasn't the Fiend owner. That was someone else that came.
Like a waiter.
Oh, okay. Alright. That's good enough.
Alright, let's
Oh,
go.
should we check the cage like you two wanted to?
Yes, I would like to.
Okay. So you approach this cage area, and you see
Oh.
a muscled hobgoblin with burns, scars, and some tattoos as well. She wears a thick, scaly hide armor, and she gives the toothy smile that she gives is somewhat terrifying, and she says, "Yes, how may I help you?"
I would like to know what this place all about. We heard some
Oh.
screams from outside.
Oh, yes, yes. As she sort of gestures you towards the cages at the side here, you can see that each of the cage houses an assortment of small creatures, or like different creatures lah. It's not small creatures; they are like different types of creatures. And she says, "Well, I take care of these beasts, and I hope that they would find a good home where they can live their lives to the fullest."
Are these beasts recognizable?
I would say most of them are not recognizable to you. They are like really weird things. And she sort of leans over to Zack, and she sort of whisper, "The uglier or deadlier the creature is, the more irresistible it is."
So they are familiars. I assume.
The way she talk is macam food.
Do you have human babies?
And she looks at Richard like, "Human babies? No, get those adorable
ugly
things out of here."
There's only the ugly ones.
There are no ugly babies as well. No.
There's no ugly babies in the world.
Can I ask, like, so what do you use these guys for? Like, these beings for?
Well, I find them on the streets. I take them here. Clearly, these animals need, these creatures need a home to stay, and I try to help them find the right owners for them.
How much do a creature?
They are not for sale.
Huh? Seriously?
It's-
So how do they find these owners?
I find them homes. I keep them here for the time being.
Do you think I can be an owner?
She sort of looks at Matt. She shakes her head. Clearly not. You've never seen any of these beasts before. Let alone take care of these creatures.
These creatures
I'm so disappointed.
inside look distressed, or how do they appear?
Roll me perception, Metak.
Bad rolls tonight.
So you can tell that some of them sort of skitter about There are also some of them that... Sorry?
Because I have the eyes of the eagle, I have advantage on perception check that rely
Yes.
on sight.
Ah.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
And I would also say that your little eyes of eagle, you can see the little fiery bits that are floating along the sides as there are fiends nearby, the imps and whatnot that are moving about. So you would notice that most of the creatures, they don't seem in distress, but they are obviously weird, different creatures, and you can hear some of them squawking frantically. There are some that just runs around the cages and whatnot. And this lady here sort of steps up to one of the cages and she sort of coos at one of them and puts a little finger in, and she sort of says, "Oh, you're a good boy, aren't you, today?" And yeah, it sort of brings one of its, you see like a small little tentacle come out and sort of like play with her little finger there, and she's like, "Yes, yes, aren't you an ugly one?"
Most
Oh my
horrendous,
God.
I'd say.
So do you guys
Oh
think
no,
she's
friends.
a suspect?
This lady might be having a good heart. So, to each their own.
What's her
Okay,
name?
okay.
Why don't you ask her?
May I know how to address you?
The name's Zenith.
Ah, Zenith. Name's Dick.
She
So,
sort of
Zenith,
looks at
I will-
Richard. She goes like, well met."
Well met. Say, Zenith, do you like the Wandering Emporium and whoever's running it?
Well, Mahadi gives me a place where I can care for these lost little creatures. I'm perfectly fine here.
Do you know if anyone would be ungrateful for Mahadi's kind compassion?
Well, I don't know much about the troubles of the Emporium. As long as these little things are fed and cared for, I'm pretty happy. However, I am suspicious about the 3 lizards over there, as she points to the mechanic spot. I've seen them head out into the wastes on occasion, and they're always asking Mahadi for more resources for their engineering projects. I think that those resources should be spent building more cages for these creatures. There's so many of them who are lost all over the place.
Okay. Well, if we do find any stranded creatures out there, we'll be sure to assist you and lead them here.
I thank you very much, Dick.
So, shall we head out to the mechanics there?
Yep.
And then I steal her
Oh,
wallet. Not this
isn't
time.
it?
You wanna try? So fun.
No picking. Zenith, ma'am, have you
Yes.
heard anything strange from the infernal rapture?
No, why do you ask? They serve good food there, for a price.
We heard
They're-
that their
They're
business
pretty...
hasn't been going quite good.
Oh, I disagree. It may not look like much, but that place is usually fully booked. You gotta book weeks in advance. And usually the folk that eat there typically spend about, I've seen 5 to 10 soul coins. Apparently the food there is really good.
All right. Um, what about other other merchants here? Any troubles brewing lately?
Can Dick roll me a perception check? Are you holding the eyes of eagle, or did you trade it off already?
I traded it off. No perception
Okay.
for me. No, yeah.
Nope. Apart from her bulging muscles, you do not find.
Those were muscles? Oh, okay. I thought they were just big boobs. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Before we leave, right? Is it possible for me to like? I would like to ask Zenith like. Actually, Zenith, we are kind of new here. Do you have a place where we can earn extra soul coins?
Well, if you speak to the rest, they might have a thing or two for you.
Can Richard perceive any NPCs with exclamation marks on their head? No.
Wow.
Take your pick. They're all available.
Okay, okay.
So should we get moving to the mechanic?
Alright, to the mechanics.
Yep.
Right.
To the mechanic.
Okay. To the mechanic it is then. So you make your way to the back and you see 3 big salamander like creatures, and they're running back and forth between the tents that seem to be lacking steam and leaking steam and smoke out of the huge war machines and stuff nearby.
Like, how big are they?
But they're large.
In terms
so
of- Yeah. Oh,
Are
what?
these the lizard that she mentioned earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lizards supposed to have legs, bukan? They are salamanders. Sorry, salamanders also have legs. Sorry.
This is Avernus, lah, bro.
Evidence. This is D&D.
I
Anything
don't know why for some reason
happen.
I was thinking like anaconda. I don't know why.
Right, anaconda, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We approach them and I say to Mithaq in Inferno, like, you think you can chat him up?
What do you want me to ask?
Like act like you want to buy yourself a war machine. We'll hype you up.
Or,
Sure.
I'm curious, what if we like mention that, like for instance, we do have a hijack war machine, right? What if we like mention it a little bit, see if it sparks any like anything in their facial expression or something lah, if they are interested or something. In a way, like don't know lah, if we are planting something to see.
Yeah, tell them you own the X2000 series or something. You know, just like, yeah.
Because I was thinking like maybe say something like we just now like hijack a war machine from the gang. So is it
Oh, wait.
possible to make repairs?
Oh
or
no, she bought it. Okay.
Not
Ah,
hijack. Come across. Yeah, bought it. Alright, let's go with that. So, Mitak, he goes forward and gives a flourishing bow, smiles wide. Greetings, gentlemen, men, salamanders. How should I call you?
You see the 3 of them sort of look at you, and they sort of they look identical, so they're triplets. And you see them speak in a language that you do not understand from left to right, as if completing each of their sentences. And they sort of nod at all of you as if and wave as if saying hello. And they are speaking, yeah, Ignan. If anyone is familiar with Ignan?
None?
Are you familiar with
None
Nan
of
lah? Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely none of us. But Mita could try again in Infernal. Speaking common, now he tries Infernal.
Okay. And again, they only speak the same words again, like in Ignan, and they sort of like shake their heads, and again, they're completing each of their sentences. Like the left one speaks first, and then the middle one, and then the right one finishes the sentence. And they sort of like shake their hands and say like, I don't understand, like, no comprende.
What if I like pull out my soul coin and show in front of them just to see if they can suddenly understand or not?
Oh.
Okay. So as you show, like you it's like you take out your soul coin and then you just show them lah, right?
It's like pulling out a bit only lah, just to show that I do have a soul coin in me.
Okay. So as you do that, they will notice, and then they sort of look at Matt, and they will like shake their heads, and then they go to the back. They go to the back. They pick up like a few parts and pieces, and then they point at that, and then they shake their head like yes, like this.
Shit, I thought they will communicate with us.
I think they want to sell you those parts for one soul
Yeah,
coin.
I think that's true. I really wanted them to talk in normal language first.
I guess from now you kind of would know that they probably cannot speak
Yeah.
common.
Can see already.
Yeah. Okay.
They sort of point at Matt, and then they point at the soul coin, and they shake their head, they shake their hands, and they say like no. And they point at the parts, and then they point at the whole war machine at the back there, and then they sort of like shake their head, and they go like yes.
I see. So they want war machine parts, not soul coins.
Oh, we do. I did recently come into the ownership of a war machine.
Can we before we do like show them the war machine or say something, is it possible for us to go look at other tents where we can find someone to translate our like whatever we ask to them and then whatever they say?
Yeah.
You
Is it
can
possible to
try.
look for a translator?
You
If
can
not-
you can try.
We can go back to the cage place lah, because she kind of familiar with these guys. So if we can ask
But
her, like
she doesn't like them.
yeah. I mean, at least we can ask her to say, does anyone here knows their language? Can you like show us the way so we can get them directly rather than like keep on investigating?
Or we can go to another tent to investigate, and at the same time ask if anyone knows how to speak their language. Instead of kotan, kosang, balik, U-turn, whatever. I forgot my BM.
Okay. If that's the case, then where you want to go next? Where you guys want to go next?
What other place are they left?
The what tapestry and carpet shop.
There was one with like colorful cloud coming out in like from the middle of the tent.
Oh, that's
And a smoke?
That
yes.
sounds like a potion shop.
So for the moment, I'm like holding my hands in front of them, like showing them the gesture of like wait, and then discussing with these guys.
Okay. Then they sort of go back to their business and they start hammering and tinkering with all their bits.
So where should we go next?
Okay.
The potion shop.
Okay.
Okay. So you make your way over to the strangely colored smoke tent, and there's like weird stuff with the bubbling liquid inside. And inside you see a hooded figure. He looks human. And he sort of turns around and you see his mouth is like covered. And he's all covered. His face looks human at least. But as he sort of turns and opens his arms, you see that they are arms, but they are very ropey and like they're like tentacles, and his fingers are like long and flexible, weird like. And he's around a table along the side with like a bunch of colored beakers and weird things that are like bubbling and smoking. And he sort of looks at all of you and he gestures, and he gestures, come, like he just moves. You see his little fingers sort of like float and flap, and as he pulls you towards his direction. He doesn't say
Hello?
anything, by the way. He just
Greetings.
does that.
Good man.
He just nods his he just nods his head.
He's a silent
Can
one.
I just ask him, what do we have here?
Then his eyes sort of like light up, right? And then he like opens his arms wide and he like asks you to like look around. Like he just like gestures to the left and he gestures to the right, and he's like, oh, he points to a bunch of potions at the side. He points to another like weird experiments that are like towards the side and like the other side, and yeah, all sorts of things.
Do you think there's a potion for
I think he can really speak.
Understanding language, yeah.
understanding language?
Yeah.
He sort of
Potion
okay.
that will help
Guys, I
us.
think we need a
One-
scroll shop for that, right?
Or
Yeah, but maybe there might be a potion, and I think from the note outside, Mahadi says no spell casting.
Yes. Well done. Metak remembers.
Ritual is rituals. Would rituals be considered spell casting as well?
Hey, wait, hold on. Wait, let's retcon a little bit, okay? Who's the one who asked him? Matt, you're the one who said something, right?
Yes, I asked him like, what do we have here?
Okay. As you say that, he doesn't reply. He just looks at you.
oh wait, so he doesn't
What the hell?
understand.
So different punya personality.
Sorry, need to retcon a bit.
Oh no.
He just looks back at you.
Then if that's the case, I'm just looking around, no? See if I can see anything like that catches my eye or not.
Okay, as you do that, he pulls his hood back, and you can see that his head has no ears. And he sort of looks at you again, and he like gestures with his fingers, and like as if trying to tell you like, show me what you are trying to say.
He needs to see your mouth to see your words. So, to lip read. If you can't hear, then you need to see your lip movement to know what you're speaking. So, Mita will actually try. You go forward and say, make sure the guy can see his lips when he's talking. Greetings. Do you have anything of interest here? Maybe a potion or a spell or maybe a trinket that can help us to comprehend language, or maybe something for telepathy.
He sort of looks at Mitak, and you can tell that he's lip reading whatever Mitak's trying to say, and he sort of gestures in a sort of like a serious tone with his eyes, and he sort of it's like he does some sort of swirly effect, like as in like he swirls his fingers in front of him, and then he does like a big X, and he shakes his head like in like a no.
Okay. Then I try again. Can you write?
Then he shakes his head, like, and his eyes sort of pop, and he's like, yes.
Okay. If he's able to write, Mitak has ink pen, and paper for him to write.
Okay.
So Mitak will pull out the stuffs and hand it to him and say, since you can't speak, that's okay. You can write here and let us know.
Okay. Then he sort of writes like with he slowly grabs the quill with his long fingers, and he sort of writes in a very distorted kind of handwriting. And he says, he writes, hi, my name is Eliak.
Elia,
And unfortunately, I do not sell scrolls.
or potions, or any trinkets, nothing?
No. He says no. I am a scientist. Perhaps you would like to help me with my experiments.
What kind of
Will you pay us?
experiment
Will you pay us?
are you doing now? You might
And
be able to help.
Can I lean back to like Mitak and say, want to show him your skills or not?
Yeah. And quite obvious on Mitak's skin is side of his cheek and down his neck. So if Eliak sees it, you'll be able to see his dragon scales.
Alright.
and Eliak sort of like he's interested. Like he looks at it and he's like, and he sort of writes down like interesting.
Oh, this? Yeah, I'm still learning about what happened. Haha, haha. And he laughs a bit awkwardly.
And then
Hey, look,
Eliak will
it's new
continue to.
to him.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, Eliak will he'll write like, but not what I am looking for.
What are you looking for?
Then he writes, Demon Iker, bring me a bucket.
Demon what? Demon Dricker?
Demon Iker.
What is that?
That
He sort of
Nicholas?
points he points at the corner there, and there's like a bucket of like black gooey thing that you don't know what it is.
Can we can Mitak write down like, sure we can help, but now we need help in translation. Like basically, it's like ask for help, lor. Possible.
Yeah. If we help you, what do we get in return? Oh, if we help you, maybe you can tell us if there's anyone who can translate or understand the languages of the three salamanders.
Then he sort of writes and he says, I understand their language.
Nice.
Oh.
Jackpot.
Excellent.
Demon Iker? And then he question mark.
Oh, hold on
shit.
one moment. Let me have a look. Mita's going to go over to where the bucket is. Wait, where's the bucket? Here?
Like in a, let's say in a corner somewhere. Yeah, maybe here or something.
Okay.
Like one of the barrels
Then
here.
it's going to look at it and try to see if it's familiar to him in any way.
Sounds like a
I do
Is-
have another suggestion lah, which is
Yeah.
we can prompt him to have an infernal contract with us, where he helps us to translate, and then we will find these ikers for him in return. Because I feel the contract cannot be breached easily, ma.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
you can
idea.
just bring it and then see whether he wants it or not. Like, he doesn't want it.
Because I feel like at the current situation, maybe what he will say is like, you bring the iker for me first, then I translate for you. But with infernal contract, maybe he will help us, and then we can, no matter what, we can still keep our end of the deal, ma.
What's with the infernal contract?
Like just
I
now
thi- I
when we
think-
went to the restaurant, ma.
But they usually have it with soul coin.
I'm not sure. Maybe we can try ask him and see lah if it's possible for this kind of trades or deals.
I mean, we can always just bring it lah, and then like if he doesn't translate, then don't give him lor.
Oh. Maybe. But okay. Mita wonders if this Eliak person is trustworthy enough that he wouldn't break his promise or his end of the deal.
Can you roll me insight?
Like if we help him. Okay. Believe him.
Yeah, he does seem he seems like he'll hold up his end of the bargain.
Can I slide a hand a while a liquor? Oh, Iker.
A vial of Iker.
Yeah.
Light of hand.
Yeah, like just scoop up a vial while they were talking, you know.
You can try.
Or stealth. Does that use the stealth?
I staying far away from.
Okay, if anyone tries anything different, and if you get caught, Mahadi will probably only punish that one person. So just to ease the party a little bit, okay, so that you all don't worry so much.
Chong already just now.
My sleight of hand is +8 lah, so
+8. How come +8?
because of the gloves I have, but it doesn't
Ah,
update.
right. Yeah. It doesn't. So it'll be
That's fine.
6 plus 8. So that's a 14 lah, essentially. A 14. Yeah,
Get
a 14.
8.
You would succeed in that.
Not 9 plus 8, man.
No,
it's
because if you click on the number, he rolled the 6.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Ah, yes. So I got a vowel now, right? Okay.
Yes. you do. A small vial, definitely.
So what are you gonna do with it? Give it to him? Will he not know?
You found it.
Um,
Do that. You do that.
sure.
Like pretend like, oh, I do have a while here.
I'll pass it to Mita.
If
Okay.
this works, memang epic. Oh.
Um.
I hope it works.
Oh. Okay. What
Same
Mita
here, same.
will do? He will pretend that he does have this mysterious vial. He doesn't know what it is, but after checking the demon ichor at the barrel behind, he suspects this might be it and shows him and asks, "Is this what you're looking for? Because I have this for a long time, but I'm not sure what it was until I saw it." You could have
His eyes
Hello?
sort of light up a little bit. And before that, can Mita roll me deception? I'll give you
La, 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 la.
advantage for it.
Okay.
Good roll.
Okay, I underestimated the bard's deception. But yes,
Right.
his eyes light up as he sees the vial. But he shakes his head and he sort of gestures like his hands in front of him widening, like from just the vial shape,
Oh.
and then he widens his hands.
Need
How wide?
a lot more.
The size
can
of
we,
like
ask him-
like a bucket.
Is
Can we
there a
ask him
bucket
to
around?
help us first?
There is the bucket of ichor at the side there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's gonna point to that bucket and he'll say like that, and then he shakes his head, nodding yes.
Oh, he wants more lah.
Okay.
What?
Because we are a bit in a hurry to get back to the three salamanders, we have something important to ask them. Could you follow us and help translate, and then we'll go off to help find your demon ichor? Yes? Yes? And he gives
Oh.
his best smile.
Roll me persuasion. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow, so Ayo, if I could have used blessing just now, but still we cannot use spell ma.
can
Blessing is not a
blessing. Oh,
He's gonna
His
look at Mita and sort of shrug, and he sort of writes on a piece of paper after that. I need to stay at my tent. Maybe the salamanders themselves might have ichor.
Oh, we can bring this wall there, ma. Can we ask him to give us an empty bucket?
He
Here,
sort of looks
could he have
at all of
the
you, and
empty
he sort of like nods, and then he goes to the side and he takes an empty bucket and he passes it to all of you.
Wow, this guy's so
Okay.
greedy. First ask one bucket, now he gives us 4 buckets.
yeah,
What? No, he gives you another bucket. One bucket.
because you said give to you all. So,
Oh no,
But
sorry.
when you-
One bucket. One bucket he gives to.
Oh, okay, I understand. That's why I'm thinking, wow, 4 buckets.
Okay.
so Shall we head back? On the way, when they leave, right? Mita will whisper to the other two and ask, "Do you think if his demon ichor meant the salamander blood or something worse, like
One code.
salamander poo?"
Who is better than their blood code?
It doesn't smell bad. That's one thing that's good. So maybe
Yep. It's their
hopefully
saliva or something.
hopefully I wouldn't want to kill them
So
for
we
blood.
cannot communicate much. What if I hold the vial and then the bucket? I just stand in front of them just like a caveman. I show a vial inside and then the bucket just holding in front of them. And then
Salamander,
holding the bucket high.
gentlemen, we are back.
Okay. Then they sort of they wave at all of you. Simultaneously wave. Like all three of them at the same time.
I think I'm cutting out. Hang on.
No, I think it's Joel. Yeah.
Oh, was it me? Sorry.
As in, we
Sorry.
can't
Oh.
hear-
Got cut off.
No, that's all I said. Like they just
Oh,
wave
okay.
at you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Matt.
Actually, would Richard know what the black ichor is? Like, whether it's like arcana check or anything do you need, or
That is interesting to ask.
because
Is it-
Richard's the
it-
kind of character that, I mean, based on backstory, is it possible?
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Right. So Richard's because being
go
like
ahead.
a necromancy wizard kind of thing, he kind of dabbles in the dark magic and stuff, and has had run-ins with devils or demons. So that's why he speaks infernal and abyssal.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll say that probably Richard would know. Or probably
need a-
came across before. Maybe you don't know, but you like it seems familiar. It
Do you
would.
need a history or arcana?
I wouldn't need that. Since you mentioned about your backstory. So I'll
Right.
say that yeah, sure. Richard may have come across this thing before, this material. It's you don't know what it's used for, but essentially it's you know that it's things that will be used in spells or any kind of experiments, essentially.
Right. Okay.
So can I like stand in front of them and then do the motion that I wanted to do just now, which is hold both the vial and then the empty bucket in front of them and show like keep what do you say keep increasing my hand for the bucket one, the one I'm holding in the bucket, like keep increasing it just to like highlight I need this.
Okay. They sort of like nod their heads as if they understand. And then they sort of point at you and then they put both their hands out like what? Like facing palms facing up. And then they sort of gesture that way.
Should I give the vial to their like put in their palm?
I think they want payment, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Richard got it. He points at you and then he sort of like puts both his hands up like what are you gonna give us?
Do we need to show them our war machine? What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Can show. Yeah.
Can I put a gold
agree.
coin in his hand?
A gold
Try
coin
on,
in his
try.
hand.
Back at you.
Gold coin.
Yeah, I'll just
You
put
can-
a gold coin in his hand. Yeah,
You can try.
Go ahead. Try.
I put it there.
Okay, like, as you approach to put the gold coin in his hand, he sort of pulls his hand back and they wave like no, and then they look back at the war machine and then they point at the random scraps and parts, and then at the big machine there, and then they point at it, and then they thumbs up, and then they like all shake their heads simultaneously, like, yeah.
Okay, I do. I'm not discussing to them. I'm discussing to the team lah, basically, because I'm telling you guys, actually the war machine is much better than the scraps. So what if we show them the war machine, they want to take the war machine, then we open our palms to them back, asking for more, something like in return.
Yeah.
Wow.
The demon ichor
Just
and paying us in soul coin.
yeah, because just for the inker is too cheap already. It's a working
I
war
agree.
machine.
Yeah, I agree.
So should we like gesture to them, like showing them to follow us, to bring them to the war machine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Or we gesture that. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Carry on. To the war machine then.
Okay, so you bring them out to the entrance, and they look at your war machine, and they sort of like get excited, right? All of them just go up towards the war machine. They like look at it, examine it from the sides, and then they all look at you at the same time. All three of them turn their heads at you, and they all thumbs up at the same time also.
I think they want the whole thing.
Yeah, I already know these guys want the whole thing one.
And then one of them will go to like the back, and then they sort of come out with a bucket, his own bucket of the black gooey thing.
So now do we have 2 buckets of this black goo?
You have one bucket in it.
One. It's just one.
I see. So we gesture them back to the guy in the tent low. Then we
Let's
can
go
basically
up.
discuss, say that the war machine is not enough for just one bucket. So let him translate to them.
Maybe we can do it here. It's easier to
Yeah, do
show
it
them.
here.
Yeah, I'll go to the war
Yeah.
machine and I'll pull out the steering wheel and I'll say, I'll do like this and bucket, you know? And then I go back to the war machine and I'm like,
Nice.
present the whole, I put back the steering wheel, I present the whole thing, and I'm like, go back
Show
to
your
the
palm.
bucket,
5
and then I'm like,
soul coin.
big bucket, you know, or I'll take out my soul coin and I'll be like, more of these, you know.
Coin.
Like,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we all
Go ahead.
simultaneously thumbs up. We gotta do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We also simultaneously thumbs up to them back.
like I can, I do it all, yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
He take in his trade offer.
Okay, so they sort of like look at all of you, and one of them goes to the back, takes out like 2 buckets of ichor this time.
No, damn it.
Yeah, no, it already lah.
I want soul coins.
Coin.
Soul coins.
So
Well,
coin.
yeah, so I
If
go
he
to
can
the
take
bucket,
the soul
I'm like,
coin, huh?
no, shakes head. And then I go to soul coin and I'm like, yes.
And they sort of they look at you, and then they point at the soul coin, and then they shake their head.
Yeah.
And they say
And
they say like they put like they do like an X shape in front of them.
Oh, they don't have soul coins. Okay.
They
Yeah,
don't
they
have
point to each other, like the left one points to the right one points to the middle one, and then they all shake their heads and their
okay.
hands.
Deal, you guys. So is it possible, like, maybe we can take these buckets to trade for soul coins with that guy later?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
we just bring
that's
these
what I
guys
think
to
so.
translate first, lor, then better communication.
Let's bring them along as well.
Okay.
Give the
So-
steering wheel on the guy hand for the first bucket as payment.
Will they accept it?
You're bringing these 3 fellas to Eliak's place, is it? You're trying to bring the 3 fellas to Eliak's place.
Yes. Like gesture them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we already got 1 bucket.
Okay. Then they sort of like they sort of follow you to Eliak's place, and then Eliak will be here. It won't be too long to walk. And Eliak sort of looks at all of you, and He sort of puts both his hands into the air like, what is going on here?
We just hand over the bucket to, not hand over, just showing him lah, putting in front of him.
Yeah. Then he sort of gets a bit excited and he's like, and he like claps, he like slaps his little wobbly fingers together like.
See you.
Nice.
Okay.
How much? What's he giving us?
Elliot.
We don't give
Okay,
it first
then-
lah. Let the
No,
He'll,
no.
he'll,
organizer-
he'll write down and then he says, what do you want to say?
Oh, he translates for us. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, cause he saw that you brought the 3 salamanders here, right? So that's why he.
First and foremost, we tell them lah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Mita, can you ask him? Is it possible to trade more buckets for soul coins or something better? Because if we are only able to trade our war machine for the bucket of Iker, then we need some sort of payment lah for extra buckets.
I don't.
I would say Eliak will he overheard and then he writes, this bucket is worth more than that war machine of yours.
What the? Seriously?
What?
So can I ask him, if we get more of this for you, what can you give us back? Writing lah, right?
We almost
Yeah,
got 2.
I do not have any soul coins on me. I can offer my services in translation and some additional information.
Do we know if he's lying to us about the value of Iker and our war machine?
Roll me insight check, Richard.
Because we almost got 2.
Oh.
He seems pretty serious in whatever he's saying.
If that's the case, whatever extra Iker we get, we keep low, because maybe for information we can see how lah. Don't give them all lah. We are losing a car here.
Yeah, I know. I don't think we should give up the car, but if you guys want to.
I mean,
Like,
I
you know-
think it's just something that we hijack on the way, so maybe there's another opportunity to get back a car, but I feel it's just trading for information for another bucket or 2. I feel like we could have get something better lah. Something better than the war machine itself ma. He says like that ma.
Eliak sort of waves at all of you and then he writes, I have more information for you in exchange.
Okay.
this
Mita,
bucket-
Have
maybe
information.
We should directly ask this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, then he shakes his head, yeah, for the bucket, essentially. As Richard says that.
depending on what kind of information you can provide us, we might send you the second and third bucket of the
Don't
demon
say the third. Don't
Iker.
say the third. Third we keep for ourselves first for now.
Okay, the second, another
But he just
Another
will just
bucket
tell us
of
for one
demon
bucket
Iker.
he will give us all the information, dude.
Yeah, if another one bucket he give all the information, then we can have 3 ma. Then,
Not
we can
another,
have
Ah.
not another. He I think it's one bucket. This current bucket he gives us all 3, right? All the
No,
information as well.
Not sure because CO, if this one bucket he already giving, then lucky good for us lah.
Is it, Joe? Is that what he means?
So Eliak
One bucket
overheard.
is-
No, Eliak says, you said 2 buckets. 2 buckets for the information.
Now he's
Okay,
talking.
I lie down
That's
on the floor.
or
He writes it out. He
Information.
writes it out.
and translation. My man,
Yes.
man,
And
chill.
he says
We are
yes.
quite confused.
Okay,
Okay,
the third bucket is a secret for now.
Did you hear that?
buckets
So
or
Eliak will say
information.
he will write it down, and he says that girl that you travel with, I think she will be interested to hear about a unicorn that has been seen in a place called Bloodrot Grove.
Wait,
Can,
hang
can
on.
we like can we like pretend like this is not the information we want? We wanted to know who's the broker for the gang, but we
Sure.
already got this information, ma.
You can repeat. My internet got crappy and I missed out the whole thing.
Sorry. Okay, so Eliak writes and he says, that girl that you travel with, she might be interested to know that a unicorn has been seen and heard in a place called Bloodrot Grove. It's not too far away from the Emporium's current location.
Can I tap on his shoulder and then facepalm myself and like ask Mita to write the things that I say lah? Basically say that we are looking for the broker, like the information broker for the gang, not some random unicorn that you just seen or something.
Okay.
I mean, no, that is a good information because
I mean,
yeah.
we are pretending so we can get more information. It's like buy one free one. We already give the information, so it's buy one free
I
one.
must go shopping with this fella, man.
So Mita, do the right thing. I'm do the pretending. I'm facepalming myself so hard that I cannot already.
Oh, friend, look, Elia, you have confused my friend. That's not what he's looking for. You see, we're here sort of on an investigative mission, so shh, hush, all of you three salamanders here as well. This is a secret mission. We are trying to find out if there has been anyone selling information to outside people. And from the looks of it, all four of you likes to work in the Emporium and wants the Emporium to flourish. And if you know someone who has been selling inside secrets that you might be privy to, that you might help us lead in that direction.
Eliak will...
How does it?
Okay, can Mitak and Matt, like, I'll give you deception with advantage.
Hey.
Wow, that's insane.
That is insane.
Oh,
+6. Birds are awesome.
So Eliak he sort of nods his head, and you can see him scribble down on a piece of paper in a language that you do not understand, and then he shows it to the three salamanders at the back, and they sort of nod their head like in agreement. They look at each other and then they nod their head in agreement, and then they speak again in a language that you do not understand, and they speak to Eliak. And Eliak sort of looks at their mouths as they speak, and you can tell that he's having a hard time because he has to look at like 3 of them because they finish each other's sentences. So you can see he's like looking at the left one, and then the middle one, and then the right one. And then after that he sort of nods his head, and he writes on a piece of paper. He says, the salamanders don't really care about whatever thing that is happening to Mahadi's merchants. They only care about the machines that they fix. They, however, have said that they have not received a large supply of parts in a while, and one of the imps have been turning up in little hideaways among the war machines they have seen.
Hmm.
Can we
More.
ask him to ask them why do they usually go out? Because just now one of the NPC she did mention that these guys are like going out to do their research. Right. So can we ask like why do they go out?
Yeah, and they sort of whatever Richard said. They go out. Eliak will explain. He'll translate, and then he'll say, they go out to scavenge for parts and more ichor for the war machines.
They said something about imps.
So the imp is the culprit lah. Can we ask the salamanders like, so where do we find this imp?
You're asking Eliak to ask the salamanders lah. Then Eliak,
Yes.
Eliak's gonna just tell you actually straight up because he himself knows. He says, "Oh, the imp. You can visit the business center for the imps. Like earlier, you saw a bunch of imps carrying scrolls and stuff. They're all running about the main business tent."
Okay.
Alright, next speech.
Should we wrap up here and go to the business center?
Yeah.
Then thank you for the business, and then handing him over the 2 buckets.
Oh, then he gladly like takes it away from you and he puts it at the side.
Can we like escort the salamanders out and then ask for more, like give them the thing and then get more buckets?
Do we need
Get
more buckets?
Yeah lah,
Yeah.
because suppose we need to get 2 extra ma.
Buckets, right? Yeah.
Oh, for the cost of a car. And war
Yeah.
machine.
Cost of the war machine.
Sure, they can bring you an extra bucket, like for the war machine, before you hand it over. So you get your 3rd bucket.
Are we
Wait,
giving them
no,
the
you
keys
already
for
got the
war?
3rd bucket.
We got 3rd. Now we're getting
Yeah.
4th.
Oh, 4th one. No. They're just gonna take the war machine now,
Buckets, right? Yeah.
as
Yeah.
agreed.
So
Okay.
so I'm just curious, is it like, okay, I'm talking to the party lah. So I asking you guys, should we like quietly investigate the imps at the business center, or should we go back to the tent and then break the news about the unicorn that this guy say the girl might be? What do you guys think?
I think that
Continue to
unicorn.
discuss,
Yeah, unicorn can wait, and the imps. I think those imps are workers, and they're working for their boss, whom we might need to keep an eye on. We need to investigate
Because
them
now
now.
we already know these guys are the hottest lead lah. So I don't think
Yeah.
confronting will be good lah. So maybe like stealthy.
Yeah,
Investigate.
we will be subtle about it.
Yep.
Alright.
Yes.
So we
Yeah.
have a bard that rolls high, don't worry.
We,
Put on our thinking caps.
we tail the imps.
Yep.
Whoa,
So-
calm
so you-
down.
So you approach the tent, the busiest tent in the whole entire emporium, and you see a bunch of imps going in and out. And there's a sign outside that reads, "From here to Avernus." And inside the tent, you see that there are several work tables, there is a desk, and a half-dozen shelves. Every surface is covered with scrolls, scraps of paper, small metal plaques engraved in infernal. There are tools for writing and carving into metal all over the place. And you see in the center
Oh no.
that creature that you saw earlier.
Hang on. My internet got cut off. Ah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Can you still
Wait.
hear it?
Yeah. Can, because I'm on mobile Discord.
Ah, I see.
Lately around this time, my internet suka restart.
Alright, we'll wait for you then. But essentially, you meet that same creature that you saw earlier.
The same one.
At the restaurant.
Yeah, the same one. You definitely did not see any of another kind of being like this.
Oh, like a nurse joy lah. Wow.
So, same being, same species, but different character. Right?
No,
As you
it's the same one,
approach, it looks at you and it says, "Ah, you're here.
Mm.
What brings you here?"
I thought
he
you
Wait, is
worked
this-
at the other shop.
Yeah.
restaurant.
And
Oh,
he looks at you and he
surprise.
says,
Sing here.
"No, I am Pathella." His name.
Adela.
What's
What's your order? Get names.
Pathella.
Adela.
Pathella.
Ah.
I am Mahadi's
Oh.
right hand. And you can see that he is clearly very busy. And he sort of shouts, like in the corner, like, "Hey, you! I told you to do that." And then he sort of... and then after a while he goes on doing his business again. And then after a while he turns around again and he says, "No, you're supposed to do that." And then, yeah, you can see that there's like a little thing in the corner there.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, and it sort of just doesn't do anything. It's just standing there.
It's like a mechanical thingy.
Yes,
that's cute.
it's like some mechanical ball with legs and hands and wings
Is that
as well.
It's the
Skeletal
golden
wings.
snitch.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Snitch.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah. Then he sort of shouts,
Oh.
1 or 2, move over there.
And he's really busy.
Then he slams at the table and he's like, 1 or 2, move.
Who us?
No, he's
Oh, to the
shouting
thing.
at that thing.
The snitch.
Then
And we're all just
he-
staring.
Yeah, all staring. And then he
let's
shouts louder
stare.
and louder
Oh,
until he realizes that
Oh, before that, can Mithod just like glance around and see what's written in Inferno?
it's all a bunch of boring stuff, books,
How boring?
accounts,
Oh,
accounts, numbers and stuff.
familiar things to him. Yep.
Yeah. And in the corner you see like a couple of imps, and one imp sort of laughs like hysterically as Fathella tries to command this thing.
Can
Mm.
we like pinpoint that imp, like make sure you recognize him?
They all look the same, but you do know that
Yeah.
one of them laughed spectacularly. They're like a bunch more all over the place essentially.
Ah, so many. Okay.
I remember
Um,
this, guys. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But they all look the same. We're not sure if it's them. Good sir. Hello. Good evening.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
day.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes. What do you want?
Yes. Question. Have you eaten at the Inferno Rapture this afternoon?
No, I haven't, but you were there. I saw you.
Oh, you work in 2 places?
No, but if someone needs a contract, I will be there.
That's weird.
And what kind of contract are you needed here for?
And he sort of smiles. Oh, as in here for. Like here.
Yeah.
Here I am running Mahadi's business.
And do you own the Infernal Rapture, or are you an employee there?
An employee, how dare you?
Well,
I
I'm
am
just
Mahadi's
curious.
I am Mahadi's right hand, and we own the Infernal Rapture.
Ah, so you own a few businesses.
Indeed. And are you done? And then he sort of looks to the side again. 1 or 2? Can you please do something?
What do you guys think?
my
This guy
goodness,
seems pretty suspicious.
Can we like kacau his ego a bit? Like I turn around and like chuckle a bit lah, basically chuckling and say like he calls himself the owner, but also he's Mahadi's right hand man. What a
Go for it, bro.
Clearly, he wants the business all on his own.
yeah. Maybe he's just going to overtake the thing, but then I'm just like trying to break his character by like turning myself behind and then chuckle, call himself, but also calls himself the right hand Mahad, and chuckling.
So do you do it?
Okay.
Yeah, I do it loud enough so that he listens. Maybe also the imps around, so you know how they. I just
Okay.
hope he won't kick me out.
Intimidation. Ah, if he does, it's probably just you. Cross finger.
If he does that, you all pretend that you know me lah. Easier.
I would say that
Wow.
as Matt does that, you can tell that Fathella sort of looks over at Matt, and he sort of snarls at Matt, and he goes like, and then you hear like some giggles and laughter at the side from the imps that are nearby, and this imp again, he laughs exceptionally loud, and he goes like, ah.
Nice. We should make friends with these imps lah.
Especially the one laughing really loud. Let's
Yeah.
see what else to say.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do we have any food on us and offer to the imp?
So that you can ask, like, you had something to do with
What?
with this,
What if
like,
What if I do have a portion of enlarge enlarge or shrink one? So what if we give double his
Portion
size?
of
Portion of
Ah.
growth, ma. Let him get some ego boost. He's
Wait.
laughing so.
so I don't think it works that way, guys.
No man. Portion
I
of
think-
growth.
it
You can't grow an
should be-
ego.
Oh, I mean he doubles his size,
And-
ma.
Yeah. So it's like,
No,
oh, I'm
if I
so
suddenly
large.
double my
No.
size, I'll be like, I'm the king of the world already.
Yeah, but a girl would be like, I'm fat.
Imps are not that smart, I guess.
yeah.
I just want this
Let's-
guy to laugh until kena tampar by the.
Okay,
Yeah.
while you do that, I'm gonna go like, as the imp was laughing, I'll go laugh beside him, like, you had something to do with that, you know, like nudge him.
So what do you guys think? Should I give the potion of growth to the imp? Like,
Yeah, I want to see
like,
what happens.
wow, you're a very funny guy. Then I like hand over the potion of as a gift, token of gift.
We
Yeah.
trade it for info. Never mind.
Okay,
I don't know I can
so
even talk with him or not lah. So I'm just
let's
handing
let's
over,
do let's do two things. I would like Richard and Matt to roll me insight. Okay, so Matt is just gonna walk up, not notice anything, but Richard, as you stand next to this imp and laugh alongside it, you can tell that he laughs a bit awkwardly, and something seems odd about his mannerisms, but you can't exactly place what it is. And he sort of nervously accepts the potion of growth from Matt
Shit.
as he sort of takes it and he says,
Oh.
"Oh, thanks," and he starts to just move away.
He's speaking Infernal, right?
He's speaking common.
Common. Okay, interesting.
Can
Okay,
I,
yeah.
since he's talking common, can I like try to, as he move away, can I ask, you don't look so well, friend. What's wrong? Can I talk like?
So then he can. And then he sort of looks back at Matt and is like, "Oh, not well. I'm fine. I'm fine."
Can meet up, join and speak in Infernal and go. How was your day? It's very bad, right? You're quite fat, right?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You are.
And then Fatella sort of looks at all of you and be like, what's going on over there?
Oh, your infant here says you're very fat.
Excuse me. And then you can see this one here start to like sweat a little bit. He looks really nervous right now.
Can I like persuade him to like gulp down the potion of growth? I'll tell him like it'll help you grow stronger.
Okay. And as he sort of looks at Matt. Okay, can Matt roll me persuasion? It's not a lie, so let's see if you persuasion.
Wow,
You roll quite high also, huh?
-1,
Happening.
lucky.
Really minus.
Okay. So as sort of Matt, he looks at Matt and then he sort of like chuckles and he just says like, okay. I mean, like 4 of you are there, so he sort of like nervously sips it a little bit.
Oh, a little bit. Oh, okay.
And as he does that, boom, you see
To
him.
drink the whole potion for the effect, right? It can't be sips.
I'll say he sort of drinks it lah. As in, he starts off a little bit and then after a while he just drinks the whole thing. And suddenly he grows in size. And
Look.
Fatella looks at him and is like, what's going on there? No magic over here.
I'll be like, he messed with your robot.
1 or 2?
We
Is
just-
this true? And then you see that little thing at the side there sort of look back, not say anything and just stare into
Yep,
the blank.
saying-
Can I
Yes.
whisper to him like, you have the power now, do whatever you want. Why are you working for this guy?
And then at this point, this guy here, he looks at Matt and he's like scared now. He's like, what potion was that? What was it?
It was supposed to grow something else, but then this guy malfunctioned. It grew the whole thing. I'm trying to say it was something like for an enlargement. But it went wrong for Ibs.
Oh no. And instantly Fatella is gonna like come over here and grab a hold of that imp. And he says, you, Mahadi is gonna hear from this.
Shit. I thought we are helping someone.
Hey, does Richard tell them about the insight that he found out about this imp?
Sorry, does Richard know what?
No, I mean Richard did an insight, right, on
Mhm.
this imp.
Yep, he noticed that
did he
something off lah. Oh yeah, did
Yeah,
he
it's
share
like,
the party?
It's like
right?
it's not really like guy lah.
Because if Richard share that information, Mintak is going to be like, "Hey, Fatela, this imp worker of yours has been acting quite suspicious. He laughed at you, he called you fat, and now he suddenly grows so big."
Then Fatella, Fatella. I don't think Richard said that he shared the information with the rest of the party. So
Yeah, did they?
He share or no share, you still can say this lah. I mean,
No.
laughing all we
No,
saw,
this-
man.
did Richard share? I don't think Richard said that. Richard said
Nope, I
anything.
did not say anything.
Okay.
Okay,
Then
so
red
in
cross.
that case, Fatella would just grab onto this imp, and you can see, he sort of bring the whole imp out and into Mahadi's tent.
Do we follow?
I have no idea what I have done.
Up to you if you like to follow.
I'll follow.
Okay.
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 Well,
So
this
you'll follow them, and it'll bring you to Mahadi's tent, which is the nice tent. And Fatella sort of drags this imp in front of Mahadi, and he says, "This one here is clearly using magic to enlarge itself." And Mahadi sort of looks, and he smiles at the rest of your group, and he says, "Please, let me attend to some business here. Maybe you can go speak with Phi, and come back later."
Poor him. He was just laughing.
Yes. But he did
And
call Fatela fat.
By the way, the insight that I had, like, is it about his demeanor or is it about his physicality?
it was about his demeanor, his mannerisms.
Oh, okay, sure.
So after a while,
cannot,
you... Sorry.
Can I know the
Sorry.
imp's name?
Yeah, sure, you can.
Like I asked like Mahadi, like, who's this imp? What's his name?
This one here is Big Roach.
Big Rocha.
Okay.
Kind of, right?
He asked us to go to Fame. But is it possible for us to from a hidden place look what happened to these guys? Possible or not?
You
Because
can try.
I really want to know what will happen lah. Got a
Yeah.
feeling this guy will die. And that's
Roll-
because of me.
Roll me stealth.
Okay.
Who's hiding? Who's staying behind? If everyone's staying behind, each of you roll stealth. Whoever who is staying behind rolls stealth.
Oh, I'm just gonna openly like go up to them and be like, I believe I can help your situation lah.
Oh,
Mahadi insists that you...
I have a good stealth roll.
Yeah, I think we should few people jalan away. I will walk away lah because my stealth sucks. So, and also better for people to walk away.
Can I just go
Okay.
invisible?
You go invisible. Are you casting?
Yeah.
One
You are
of
casting.
Cannot cast
Okay.
any spells lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't
Mahadi.
even had a rest yet, so I might as well use a spell slot, right?
But
Ma-
casting it maybe cause some problems.
Yeah, Mahadi will know.
How will he know?
he's right in front of us.
I feel like from the conversation so far, he's kind of scary. But if you want to go for it lah.
We won't be held responsible.
Yeah, that's why.
Right.
Can Richard
I'll-
roll me Arcana?
Oh, okay. No, nope. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you can still cast invisibility if you like.
R.I.P.
That's a bait. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, because Mita feels like if Richard's going to do that, he feels like Mahadi keeps his word. He's a trader, he's a businessman. Mita is also sort of a businessman and he keeps his word. He probably has some kind of barrier around this place, and if anything magical happens, he knows.
Yeah, cool. I figured that out.
No, that was clearly not that Arcana check. No,
Yeah, I'm
no,
pretty sure.
no.
Different arcana. Maybe if maybe Richard would have found a loophole.
Okay.
Don't
So you can
know.
see. So who's staying behind? Is Richard staying behind? Cause Zack and
No,
Mita.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here.
I'm leaving.
What about Matt? Oh,
Yeah,
Mita's
just
leaving as well.
Leaving to stealth and hide.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Oh,
No, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm
So
going.
so Zack and Mitak will be trying to hide. Is Matt trying to hide also?
no. I'm leaving the tent.
Okay, leaving as well. Okay, so Mitak and Zack, you would be able to probably find like a small little corner that you can look through, and you can see that Mahadi orders like a couple of. It's like some mafia thing going on, right? He sort of snaps his fingers, and you see a salamander pop out together with a hobgoblin captain, and also one or two other fiends, an attractive looking male and also an attractive looking female. And they sort of beat the crap out of Big Roach.
whoa!
Like
What
they
the-
really beat him up. Okay. And but they don't kill him. But it's like mafia lah. Like really beat you up silly kind of thing. And after a while, very attractive. And after a while, you see that there are a set of keys that pop out of come out of Bayroge's like one of the pouch that he's wearing. And you can hear Mahadi says, well, what do we have here? And you can see that it belongs to Mahadi, like he continues to say, this belongs to one of the other Infernal War machines. And he says, you! And he points to one of his guys and he says, go and check. And the guy will come back a few minutes after, holding a bunch of goods, all stolen from the other patrons of the Emporium.
What?
And Bayroach will just like not his head like with bloody all bloodied and like bruised. He sort of just accepts his fate. And he
What a
stays
turn
there.
of
And after a while, Mahadi will snap his fingers and says, "Bring him, get him out of here, out of my sight." And they bring him out. And Mahadi will gesture at Fathela to call all of you again to come back.
slowly. I pretend that we left and came back in.
Okay. Mita will like follow behind. Whoever comes in, you step behind them. Like baru masuk.
Yeah, like their shadow.
Yeah.
And you can see Mahadi sort of smile at all of you. Fai Chen would be here as well.
Hey, we did it.
Hey. Bachan.
Mahadi sort of smiles at all of you, and he reluctantly says that, well done. I guess you can stay here for a month.
Nice.
Food provided.
Then Mahadi says no. Only stay. And
Nice.
Pai Chen will like congratulate all of you. Like, yay, you did it.
Yeah, Fai Chen, we need food as well, other than a place to stay.
Pai Chen says, come over to the back. I have something for you. As he gestures to all of you to his wagon again. And he sort of brings out an unusual gemstone monocle. And he says, he passes it to you and he says, this will help you see more than anyone bargained for. As he winks at all of you. And he gives one of you each a gemstone monocle. And you will know that it's not X-ray. It's not X-ray vision. It is a gem of seeing. I will link it. I will link what it means, what it does later in Discord.
Okay.
But yes, that will end our session for today. And yes, you have indirectly solved.
Yeah,
Thanks
hello,
to-
I thought he's our friend. Eh.
Thanks to Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
But
I was wondering how was I gonna continue this, because I know Richard would probably figure out that okay, this guy something's off already, because you know, right?
Yeah.
And then and then Matt is like, I give him the potion and I want him to drink it.
to make him laugh louder.
Oh, that is
thought-
great.
I thought wanted to have a friend or something. Mana tahu he's the Steve. Ayo, sakit
Uh,
hati.
Yeah, I
even
loved
felt
it.
Sorry for his
It was funny. Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Next
the gem
session.
of seeing
Mm-hmm.
has 3 charges, and as an action, you can speak the command word, and you expend 1 charge. For the next 10 minutes, you will have true sight for 120 feet as you look through the gem.
Wow.
Finally. Wait.
Does everyone
choose-
get one?
Yes, everyone gets one.
It's a
Wait.
magic item.
It's a magic
Yeah.
item, yes, correct.
So
It requires attunement,
okay.
so means you need to at least spend 1 short rest with it.
By the way, are we gonna rest right after this?
Yes, you can rest after this, and this also completes the module, so each of you will gain a level.
Level. And
Level
goal.
up,
And down time.
and yes, and you get 120 gold pieces.
Oh.
Nice.
That's a lot.
20 down days. Nice. Okay.
Pai Chen will award you with 120 gold pieces each.
Alright, and that is the end of the session. Thank you, Joel, for that informative and enlightening session. And thank you all for tuning in to DM on Camera. See you next time.